I escape. Or maybe he let me. I return to the last human survivors, ready to lead them into war. The remnants of humanity live in the shadows, scattered across the ruins of our once thriving cities. When I step into the underground stronghold, every pair of eyes turns to me with a desperate hope I don't deserve. They think I've come with a plan, with a path to victory. But all I bring is a bitter truth. The Zelthar are collapsing from within, I tell them. Vailian's refusal to hunt us down has been seen as weakness. The Supreme Council is already moving to seize power. Whispers ripple through the crowd. Some cheer, others look wary. Jonas, my second in command, folds his arms. Then we strike now. I should agree. It's what I've always wanted, what I've fought for. Yet the words lodge in my throat, because I know what comes next if we do. If the Supreme Council takes control, I say, they will exterminate us. No hesitation, no mercy. Vailian is the only thing keeping us alive. A stunned silence. Then Jonas spits, shaking his head. You're telling me the prince who conquered Earth is suddenly our protector? I exhale. No, I'm saying he's our only leverage. The Zelthar Palace looms ahead, its golden towers gleaming under an alien sky. Every instinct tells me to run, to resist. Instead, I walk forward. The throne room doors swing open, revealing Vailian standing at the heart of the storm. His dark gaze locks onto mine. Something flickers in his expression. Relief? Amusement? I can't tell. I walk forward, my steps steady. I should kill you, I say, voice even. His lips twitch. You should. Instead, I say, forcing down every instinct screaming against this choice. I'll rule beside you. His smirk fades. He studies me, cautious, measuring. You would stand at my side? His voice is quieter now, as if he doesn't quite believe it. I hold his gaze. I'll stand where I have to for my people. He steps closer, his presence overwhelming, his voice low. And for me? A muscle in my jaw tightens. I haven't decided yet. He exhales a quiet laugh. Honest, at least. Do you trust me? His head tilts. Then, after a moment, no. A smirk plays at his lips. But I suppose that makes things interesting. The war drums echo outside, a promise of the battle yet to come. The battle erupts in the heart of the Zelthar capital. The Supreme Council's forces launch their coup, believing Vailian to be vulnerable. They underestimate him. They underestimate us. Zelthar soldiers loyal to Vailian fight in the palace halls, their true alien form gleaming under the golden lights. But they are not alone. Human rebels fight alongside them. My people, claws clash, gunfire roars. The air is thick with smoke and the metallic scent of blood. I cut through the enemy ranks, my movement swift, brutal. A Zelthar Council general lunges at me, his sharp claws aiming for my throat. I drive my blade into his gut. He crumples with a choked gasp. From across the battlefield I hear Vailian's voice, commanding, ruthless. Every inch the ruler he was bred to be. I catch his gaze through the chaos. A silent understanding passes between us. We end this. As the last of the council forces fall, silence descends over the battlefield. The grand chamber is littered with bodies, the stench of death heavy in the air. Vailian steps toward me, his tunic torn, dark, iridescent eyes locked onto mine. It's over, I murmur. He exhales, then turned into his human form. The Zelthar nobles kneel before Vailian, their gazes wary, uncertain. They know now he is no weak ruler. Behind me the human survivors stand, their faces a mix of exhaustion and hope. Jonas watches me. He still doesn't trust Vailian. I don't blame him. Vailian steps forward, his voice carrying through the grand chamber. The Supreme Council is no more. He looks over the gathered Zelthar. Their betrayal cost them their lives. Let it be a warning. A ripple of uneasy agreement moves through them. Then his gaze shifts. To me. And now the war between our peoples ends. A murmur spreads. Shock. Resistance. But no one dares challenge him. I step beside him, raising my voice. No more extermination. No more conquest. From this day forward, we build a future together, or we fall apart, divided. The silence is deafening. Then, slowly, some of the Zelthar bow their heads. One by one, the humans behind me do the same. A single choice made in blood and fire. A single moment where history shifts. The city is quiet when I find him on the palace balcony, overlooking the skyline. Valian doesn't turn when I approach. Strange, isn't it? His voice is softer now, stripped of its usual sharp confidence. For the first time, I don't know what comes next. I lean against the railing beside him, exhaling. Welcome to being human. A ghost of a smile tugs at his lips. I'm not human. I glance at him. No, but maybe that doesn't matter anymore. A long silence. The weight of everything we've been, everything we've done lingers between us. Then he turns, stepping closer, his voice quieter. You could leave. I swallow hard. I could. He holds my gaze, something unspoken passing between us. But you won't. I don't know who moves first. One moment, we are standing apart. The next, his lips brush against mine, tentative, testing. A question. I answer with my own, pressing closer, letting the fire that has been smoldering between us finally ignite. It's not surrender, it's not submission, it's choice. When we part, his forehead rests against mine, his breath uneven. We are walking a dangerous path, Elias. I smirk. Good. You should be afraid. He chuckles low and rich. Only of you. Beyond the palace walls, a new world awaits. A fragile peace, a future we have yet to shape. We will fight. We will bleed. We will build. Together, the last rebel and the conqueror, rulers of a new era. Not enemies, not lovers. Something far more dangerous, something unstoppable.